An honest discussion about being homeless. Let's talk.
Hey, my name is Atlas. I am homeless. First and foremost, I'll say great skit. I like the skit. But I think that a lot of people kind of need to have a talk about boundaries. There are rules to society, there's rules everywhere you go. And I think that it is, as a homeless person, I think it is okay for a business owner or an employee to be like, hey, we can't have you in here. Does it feel good as a person? No. But as a person who works with a local business, in fact, the one I'm sitting right out of, they are more than kind. And there are 1,000,001 kind people out there who will help homeless people. But I think something a lot of people forget is that a solid portion of the homeless population don't care. They don't care about the rules of society. They don't care about staying clean. They don't care about being roughly presentable. They allow that to fail, and that is why a lot of them fall to drugs. They fall to alcohol. Ironically, as a person who is homeless, I have had more homeless people fuck me over than I have had, or non-homeless people give me money. I basically went out of my way. There's a couple that used to come through here. Haven't seen them in a couple months. But long story short, when I first met them, they were going through the recovery process. They said they were not far off getting off the streets, so I dedicated time and energy, and I sold them my old laptop, $120, said give me $20 down, and then pay me whenever you can. That's it. They could have never paid me back, and I probably wouldn't have cared, mostly just because the laptop was cheap. I went online, I set up all their stuff, I looked at their credit, I gave them basically a document to follow when they got off the street. This is what you need to do, this is what you should spend your money on, maximum every month if you're making XYZ amount. They stole from me. They didn't steal the laptop from me. They lied to me about what they did. They sold it for drug money, but then they turned around and they stole, I had my stuff stored outside, clothes, blankets, and stuff like that, and they knew where it was, and they stole it from me. So I moved my stuff, and it got stolen again, and they were the only couple I had told. I have had more people steal from me, lie to my face, and do everything they can to manipulate me and the people around me into giving them free stuff, into giving them a hand up, all for them not even to try to get off the street. Many of these people just don't care. And I understand a lot of people will say, oh, like that's addiction. And yes, I would agree, but at the same time, you shouldn't steal from somebody who's trying to help. All it takes is basic human decency. The biggest thing I'll advocate for anybody is if you genuinely want to help somebody, talk to them, get to know them. And I'm not saying you can't give them like immediate needs, like, hey, I see your shoes are falling apart, would you like a new pair of shoes? But bear in mind, they might sell those new shoes you gave them, right? And it will be incredibly fucking frustrating to know that you're wasting this money, right? So that's why I say talk to people. Talk to people, give them water, give them a small amount of food. If you happen to have like cans of soup or something like that, give it to them. That's good because at least they'll eat it. I think a lot of people fall into the trap of where they feel like they should still hold up the rules of society when the other person on the other end doesn't. I think that screws over a lot of people. And so by talking to these people, you can at the very least gauge a gut reaction on whether or not you believe that they're trustworthy. In your skit, I get the rude person's perspective. I really do. I'm homeless. I use a business that's local to me. Every day there's homeless people that come in here that steal from the business. They steal food, they steal drinks, they try and literally get butt-ass naked in the bathrooms to wash up. And it's like, why not do that in a stall? Why are you standing in the middle of the restroom butt naked? I literally, if a kid comes in here, I'm gonna have to call the cops and have you arrested. There's people who would much rather do drugs in the bathroom. There's people who would much rather get drunk right after getting out of the hospital, despite the fact that they literally just came from a 3-month recovery section. There's people out here who you would never know they're homeless, but they use and abuse every system that they can to make it in life and to skirt by tax-free, because they don't care about the rules of society. So if you genuinely care, push whoever the person is, push them somewhere outside of your business, push them somewhere where you can keep an eye on them, and talk to them. If you have the time, talk to them. And I'm not saying, like, if a homeless person comes in, it's like, hey, can I have some water, you know, but you need to establish clear rules and boundaries. Hey, if I give you this water, you're going to have to leave. You're more than welcome to sit on the patio. You're more than welcome to sit over here. You're more than welcome to wait at the park. I will come and see you after my shift is off, and let's talk about your situation. You should always put your business, your job, and your life first, because there's so many people in this world, so many homeless people especially, who just don't care. And I think a lot of people forget about that. I get it. It's hard for everybody. Too many people in this world just kind of, they gave up on society, and society gave up on them. And so the best thing you can do is just talk to them.